Hi guys, I'm Malcolm Daly. I live here in Boulder, Colorado. I've been fly fishing for 45 years or so, Tenkara fishing now for 2 or 3 years. I tied a lot of flies in my fly fishing career and quit about 10 years ago because my eyesight got to the point where I could no longer tie those little tiny midges and RS2s and size 24 parachute Adams and things like that. And so what I like about Tenkara flies is that most of what I tie, about 90%, are on a size 12 dry fly hook. So I don't get too hung up on doing small, tiny sizes and things like that. I keep it really simple. I use, to do my basic fly, I just use gray sewing thread. I don't buy anything fancy here. I wrap it on. And, usually I try to cover the whole hook body with a thread wrap before I start. Let me trim that with my trimming scissors. And then I'll wrap back up here. And I'm going to build the body up in front of the hook, kind of give it some dimension here. And then I'll tie in a piece of hackle. What is this? This looks pretty good here. I'm making just a basic gray kabari. This has sort of been my go-to fly here in Colorado. Now with fishing Tenkara, we almost, the traditional Tenkara flies are wet flies, and generally we tie them hackle forward. So as you'll see, this thing's going to have kind of a, got my official fly tying scissors here. I'll do a couple of wraps here. Bring this around behind. And I don't mind, I don't pay too much attention about where they're going. Snip that guy off. And then I'm going to pull those hackles forward and tie them off so those hackles are all straining forward. See that, how they're all going in that direction? And I'm going to build up the body and hopefully get some of that hairy stuff out of there. But as you know, kind of a hairy-bodied fly isn't necessarily a bad thing. I do have to trim. There's some errant little hairs there. It's kind of like trimming nose hairs after you shave. I'm going to build that body up. Like that. And then I'll tie it off. A couple of those, trim it. And then for a finishing touch, I'm going to super glue it. All right, keeps that thread down. And that'll help sink that fly too. So all my flies are, we're not going to ever float this thing on the surface. So there we go, one little fly. Voila, I glued it to my fingers.